Today on What It's Like, longer, lower, wider, 1955 Dodge Coronet, enter Virgil Exner. But before getting into all of it, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like. Picture this, you just acquired a car. The information is spotty at best, and every video of your car that you acquired on YouTube is just somebody walking around it with music. But you have questions that music just can't answer. Well, you're in luck. This channel, we feature the lost and forgotten classics, vintage, some exotics. We give the orphans a place to sleep, and cars that tend to get lost in the shuffle. If that sounds like a channel that you will totally dig, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. Currently for sale at Classic Auto Mall, Morgantown, Pennsylvania, is this 1955 Dodge Coronet. If you've never been to the Classic Auto Mall, let me tell you, it's pretty incredible. It's like going to an indoor car show, but everything is for sale. And guess what? Anybody can go there, and it's free of charge. They don't charge admission to go there. For more pricing, pictures, and information pertaining this 1955 Coronet, click the link below. After the show, let's talk 1955 Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, DeSoto, Chrysler, Imperial. 1955 was a huge year for Chrysler. Imperial became its own make above Chrysler. Virgil Exner stepped in as head designer with an all-new forward-look cars, longer, lower, and wider. Harley Earl may have been the first one to put fins on a car, but Virgil Exner took the fins to a whole new level and made them what everybody remembers fins to be of the 50s. Some interesting trivia, both Virgil Exner and Harley Earl drew inspiration from the same source, the Lockheed P-38 Lightning. So a bit of a rando question, who is your favorite designer? Harley Earl, Virgil Exner, Alex Tremulis, Dick Teague, Bill Mitchell, Raymond Lowey? In the comment section. To me, they all brought the goods to the table, having great cars with great attributes. Anyway, let's talk 1955 Dodge. Coronet was at the bottom, followed by Royal. Custom Royal was at the top. For 1955, there was a special limited edition package marketed towards women called the La Femme package. It only came in one color combination, rose and sapphire white. But wait, there's more. It came with a cape, boots, and umbrella. And let's not forget the shoulder bag that matched the floral fabrics. Get this, these cars had built-in compartments in the seat backs to house all of those accessories. If not for a woman, maybe a pimp. Getting back to the Dodge Coronet. Coronet was offered by Dodge from 1949 to 1959 as a full-size car. From 1965 to 1976 as a mid-size car. Coronet was offered in 7 generations. 1955 falls in the 3rd generation, which had a production run from 55 to 56. Real quick, I want to show what the 54 looked like and how radical a change the 55 was. The 1955 Dodge Coronet could be had as a 2-door sedan, 4-door sedan, 2-door suburban wagon, 4-door Sierra wagon, 2-door Lancer hardtop, which our featured car is. The Dodge Coronet competed with Mercury Monterey, Pontiac Chieftain. Buyers could also shop the Studebaker Commander for a couple $100 cheaper. Let's talk specs. 212.1 inches long, 74.5 inches wide. It rides a wheelbase of 120 inches. It weighs 3,370 pounds. Price, $2,260, which is equivalent to you spending $25,130.69 in the year 2022. Total 1955 production was 313,038 units. So I don't usually do this, but let's go back and look at what Dodge sales were for 1954. 154,648 units. So that's more than double in 1955. Total Coronet production was 110,972. Total Lancer hardtop, 26,727 units. Moving on to engines, starting in the basement, 230 cubic inch displacement, flathead 6, 3.8 liters. It's good for 123 horsepower, 3,600 RPM, compression of 7.4 to 1. When mated to a 3-speed manual transmission, 0 to 60 could be had 15.7 seconds. Theoretical top speed, 83 miles per hour. Average fuel economy is 15 miles to the gallon. Moving on to the second engine. 270 cubic inch displacement, V8 4.4 liters. This engine also goes by Red Ram. It features polyhemispherical combustion chambers, not to get confused with the Hemi head, which is coming later. Power output 175 horsepower, 4,400 RPM, compression of 7.6 to 1. When mated to a 3-speed manual transmission, 0 to 60 could be had 12 seconds. Theoretical top speed 101 miles per hour. Average fuel economy is 14 miles to the gallon. Moving on to the biggest and baddest engine offered for the Coronet series. 270 cubic inch displacement, Super Red Ram, Hemi head, V8, 4.4 liters. It makes 193 horsepower at 4,400 RPM. Compression 7.6 to 1. When mated to a 3-speed manual transmission, 0 to 60 could be had in 11.3 seconds. Theoretical top speed 104 miles per hour. Theoretical MPG is around 13.9 miles to the gallon. Moving on to transmissions, you could get the 3-speed manual, 3-speed manual with overdrive, or 2-speed automatic. All right, let's talk styling, starting in the rear this time. Just notice how this is all designed. And you could definitely see that they use the same shell because they put lenses in some of these, but the Dodge decided to jut these out. I love the reflector right here. Very interesting. Backup light here. Bumper design looks really nice. While we're back here, we might as well get in the trunk. Oh man, look at that trunk. It's absolutely huge. Full-size spare with bumper jack off to the side. There's some useful information to somebody. Got the owner's manual inside this frame. Oil and fuel. I'm just going to set the camera on here for a second so you can see what their recommendations are. The fuel goes in here. It's on the passenger side. It says use only vented gas car. So the gas door is on the passenger side, or the right hand side, which I believe is the wrong side, but that's my opinion. Look at this crease here, how it comes back. I absolutely love this textured effect here on the rear pillar. Also, just take a gander at how this rear window is designed. It's a huge piece of glass. Gravel guards. Notice they flare out. There's a little bit of a flare here that comes out the back. It's almost like a side fin. I love this dip here. It's almost kind of reminiscent of like Ford. Ford did this dip, but it was up here more. But just notice where this line goes. Comes up here, side mirror. Notice it's all textured. And then the line continues. Comes around to the front here. Connects onto the hood ornament itself. It's very flat hood. There is a slight point here in the center, ever so slightly. It gets more protruded heading down here towards this emblem. Just check out this front design. That's the money shot right there. I love that these are actual lights inside here. But this is nice. It's a nice front end. All right, walking up and getting inside. Before we do, just check out how this handle is designed. It's very thick. So here is the door panel situation. There's lots of colors going on. It's tritone. Up here, painted steel. This feels like vinyl. This feels like a textured vinyl, and this is more vinyl. I love the bright work, separation of color. armrest as well as door handle to pull the door shut, door handle to get out. Also notice how these are textured. Window crank for the big window, and notice it's all trimmed out and it's got this nice groove so that it fits over top of this rubber gasket to prevent leakage. Here's the vent window. Operates like that. Coming down inside the pedal box down here. High beam switch, brake pedal. Just check out how massive that brake pedal is. Gas pedal over there. Hand brake. Just take a look at this interior. Before getting inside, just notice there isn't much of a dog leg on this 55 Dodge. It does have a wraparound windshield, but the door seems like it sits back further than most. Don't get me wrong, there is a little bit of one, but not much. So that's what the door sounds like when it shuts. Here is over the hood impression. Here's what first person looks like. Here's what the steering wheel situation looks like. I wear size 34 pants, and the only reason I say that is because if you are the same size as me, you will fit in this car perfectly. If you wear size 36, you will probably fit. If you wear size 38, you will probably fit. 40, it might get a little snug. It might get a little snug at 38. On to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right. Headlights, amp meter, gas gauge, speedometer. Check out the font used. Odometer at the bottom, oil pressure, water temperature, ashtray, clock. Going back to the left-hand side, defroster, climate control lever, which is more or less for heat and ventilation. Drive modes read reverse, neutral, drive, and low. Key, wipers, lighter, radio. Up above, sun visors. Teal is my favorite color. I absolutely love the teal sun visors. They're great. There's sun visor over here for the passenger. Nice rear view mirror there. So just check this out. This is the ashtray. How cool is that? On to the glove box test. Here's our test subject. Here is my hand for reference. Here is the glove box in question. And to open the glove box, just push this. Oh man. And it shuts. That glove box is absolutely huge, and it doesn't look like it, but it is. So that's cool that it fits in there. Just check out how the wraparound windshield is designed. Also look at how the dashboard just kind of fits up inside of it. It's very unique. It's very different because this part slants up and the dashboard isn't. It almost looks like you're looking at an illusion, because over here it's like straight up and down, but it tilts in. It's hard to explain. It's very different. Getting in the rear seat. So just check out how far the seat pivots and folds forward, giving you plenty of access to get in the rear back there. And same holds true. There is far more room in a 50s Mopar anything than anything else for sale. I'm sorry, there just is. That's how much space I have between my knee and the back seat. Same back here. Tons of space back here. I will say that the seat slightly reclined. The seat cushion does go back quite a bit in the back, so consequently your legs, your knees go up, but it's not nearly as bad as say in a Ford. You know, Fords are pretty bad with their rear seat situation. I have no idea why. Here is the armrest, and notice it goes the whole length of this, so that's what your arm would look like while resting on it. Ashtray right there. Window crank for the big window. Coat hooks. Notice the lights are up here in the roof itself. Instead of it being in the center, it's over on the side. There's two lights. There's also a coat hook there. So everything that is on the passenger side is also on the driver's side. The windows do go down back here, and they operate like this. Oh man, that's so cool. That is so cool. Why do they not do stuff like that now? I absolutely love that. Let's watch it go up. Who knew? I mean, that's just like art in motion. One more time. I'm sorry. I mean, who would have thought? Who knew? And just think about how much engineering goes into making that work properly. Now they just put them in, go up and down, and that's it. They don't do anything fancy like that. Here's what I look like in the rear seat. Tons of headroom back here. And it's very comfortable, even despite the seat being a little bit upright. Lots of room. There's enough room to kind of sit. You could slouch back here and really relax. Here's what the front looks like from the back. And just take a look at the greenhouse. The greenhouse in this car is absolutely amazing. And what that means is the pillar to glass ratio. There's lots of glass. It lets in a lot of light. It's not so dark and scary in here. It's a very nice place to be. Just notice how small these pillars are right here. And the headliner, it's like a cloth material. This is what the visibility looks like out the back from the back seat. And there's this nice big shelf back there to put stuff on. I heard stories that kids like to sit back here because there wasn't any rules or seat belts, and you could just sit back here and get cooked by the sun. I just wanted to point this out real quick. This floor isn't carpet. It feels like a rubber mat, and it's very slippery. I don't have anything on my shoes or anything. It's just very slick. The hood release is right here. And Dodge does it weird. Let's see. So you pull it towards you, and then that pops it. The second catch is right. So there is a second catch, which is right here, and you have to pull it towards you. Notice the horn situation. This one's got the red ram. Single master cylinder back there, non-power. On to the pros and cons. We are getting all of these pros and cons from the complete book of collectible cars, Blue Chip Auto Investment, 70 years from 1930 to 2000 by Richard M. Langworth and the auto editors of Consumer Guide. On the positive side, distinctive looks, fine performance with standard V8s. Against it, a certain flashiness that some say hasn't worn well. All right, now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to give me the correct name of the band as well as song title. First person to do so correctly, to give both, will have their comment pinned to the top of the comment section. Don't you realize the things we did, for real? Thank you all so much for coming out and watching this. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below, or check out our Facebook group that correlates with this YouTube channel. If interested, link will be in the description. So if I catch you on YouTube or Facebook, just know that I appreciate everything. And until next time, well, actually, before we go, here are some previews for our next episode. Coming up next on What It's Like, 1957 Pontiac Chieftain. Until next time, toodaloo!